CEEK VR was actually and actually remains a really interesting project. The idea being virtual reality environment where people can interact with, the musicians, etc., that they're fans of. As a concept, really interesting. Question of can it have success this year is going to depend, in terms of price, is going to depend on a couple of things that I'm going to talk about. There's certainly potential for a run, and I'll talk about like best case scenario in this vid. Before I get into it though, if you're new here and you don't know what the spreadsheet is, this spreadsheet shows the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. Now in the videos, I showed myself buying up all of these coins. They were cryptos that I thought were going to make me really good money. And if you'd have gotten in on these coins when I did, these are the prices you'd have gotten in on. All you would have had to do is sit on these coins for around 15, 16 months. You've been able to sell at these prices, and if you'd have put $100 into each, these are what your profits would have been. So 100 into every single one would have netted you a profit of over 123 grand in under a year and a half. That's pretty amazing. Depending on where you live, that's a house, that's a mansion, or that's not even a house. Now the thing is you don't have a year and a half to sort your portfolios out. You don't really even have a couple of months. We're in a bull cycle right now. Markets have really started trying to rip in the last few days, and October's known as Uptober for a reason. So getting your portfolios sorted has to be a number one priority for everyone. If you go onto copymycrypto.com, you will see what my members have earned. You can see their testimonials. You can see our successes. The site is all about me sharing my entire portfolio with my members. Whenever I buy or sell any crypto, I tell my members the crypto that I'm buying or selling, the price that I'm doing it at. My members can copy along exactly, so they make the same profit as me, but they don't have any work to do at all. And on the site, like I said, you can read through, watch all the videos, verify everything that you read, and if you like what you see, guys, try out the service. Now, CEEK. So CEEK had a really good 2021. In 2020 it was priced at like 0.3%, sometimes 0.2%, and it went all the way up to like $1, right? Really strong gains. Really, really strong performance. I think its all-time high was $1.20. So that is from like lows of 0.2%. That is about 600x, basically. So pretty damn good. Now, part of that was down to some of the people that started getting involved. So CEEK is a metaverse platform. The idea is that it connects creators with their fans in virtual worlds. It allows artists to gain attention, reach audiences around the world. CEEK's an AI-based platform. Sorry, an energy drink. It's an AI-based platform for virtual landowners and CEEK users to build worlds. Artists get new sources of income, and advertisers get the opportunity to identify user traffic, establish financial transparency with CEEK VR. They have their own headsets, which are Oculus, HTC Vive, and CEEK Mobile VR headset. So, interesting premise. And we started seeing growth for them when they announced the collaboration with Universal Music. Universal Music gives CEEK VR platform the rights to use live performances with their artists such as Lady Gaga, Ziggy Marley, Demi Lovato, U2, Sting, Bon Jovi, etc. Founders of CEEK is Mary Spiel, who's a deep space engineer and like I said, founder and CEO. Now, she is the former head of satellite communications at Boeing Digital Cinema. She created technology and content solutions for Lucasfilms, Universal Music, which kind of explains how they've got the connection, Baptist Health, Microsoft Xbox, Coca-Cola. She sits on the advisory board of Oculus VR for Good and Amazon Launchpad. So quite the background. I mean, really, really impressive. When we actually take a look at CEEK itself, as you can see, you can connect with superstars, but it's Katy. I think that's Katy Perry, Ziggy Marley, Demi Lovato. Can't recognize some of them. And they're partnered with T-Mobile as well as Apple as well. So big names, big names. And they already have a few CEEK venues out there, which are these immersive VR experiences. Now, as a concept, like I said, really like it. I actually think it's a very cool way of getting involved, like experiencing live performances in a new and different way. Now, in terms of when you explore, I do think the what they've got out there at the moment is kind of weak in terms of stuff that you can watch, stuff that you can experience. They've sort of transitioned into sport a little more, which is interesting. But there are some like sporting interviews. But they have got some like some interviews with Bon Jovi. You've got an interview with French Montana. He's a rapper, apparently. This shows how out of the loop I am because I kind of know the name, but I don't really. Tiger, Ziggy Marley, Melissa. These are all the trending stuff right now, apparently. In terms of content, I do think it's kind of weak right now, but also I will say I'm not the target audience here. So anyone that's watching, if these are the kind of artists that you like, and you, does this kind of content of like interviews, etc., interest you? For the love of God, I didn't mean to click that. If we check out stars, we can have a little look. So Ari Lennox, you got Gaga there, Chris Brown, is that? Yeah, Demi Lovato, Guns N' Roses, Davido, Daddy Yankee, Bon Jovi, Korn, that's sort of my jam. Megadeth, Danny Carvajal, that's a footballer. Ziggy Marley, yeah. So I mean, there's some interesting. 52 shows. Sarkodie, D.L. Huey, comedian, not bad. Ringo Starr, Busta Rhymes, jam. Okay, so look, they've got, actually, to be fair, it might have been a bit harsh. I think it probably their search, their sort of explore feature doesn't really allow for much exploration, to be honest. Game. Okay, so this isn't. So it might have been initially a bit harsh because there are some intriguing stuff here. There is some intriguing stuff here. So as an example, where was the game? So that's one show. So having just released the anticipated market, the game sits down. So it's an interview again. So again, I see the interview stuff doesn't overly appeal to me. But yeah. So as a concept, look, I do find this interesting. I do find it intriguing, and I do think there's room for this to do something. You know, they've got their land, they've got their platform, they've got an intriguing premise. Also, a real strong thing is, look, they're not on Binance, they're not on Coinbase. Now, I think it's highly unlikely they're going to land on those platforms based on current volume. But obviously volume can change. If there was a big announcement that CEEK have landed an enormous artist, we would almost certainly see volume skyrocket. But we would, I mean, again, it depends on the audience, right? From my perspective, and this is just mine, I would want to use CEEK VR to experience shows, not so much to experience an interview. You know, there are millions of interviews on YouTube, and maybe the VR changes the dynamic a little bit, but I think I would want to be watching live concerts in virtual reality. That I'd probably be able to experience it in a different way to what I've experienced when I've been to concerts. So maybe it's just landing a big name that can do a concert, that's got a concert. That would probably, bring a pretty good surge, especially if you're landing a big artist that's very popular. Again, I'm so out of the current music scene. I don't know who is big and who isn't. I listen to old school rap, old school rock, so I'm not the guy to ask. But if they land a big name musician that's relevant right now, that would probably bring a surge of interest to CEEK. They'd probably increase sales on the virtual reality headsets, and they would probably have a surge in volume, which then opens the potential for listing on a Binance, listing on a Coinbase. If that happens, I do see a world where CEEK VR could potentially get back to 50 or 60 cents. I think beating its previous all-time high is highly unlikely right now because, you know, first of all, it's at what, 3 cents? So it'd have to do basically a 40x to beat its all-time high. I think that's really unlikely. But don't make no mistake about it, Binance listing and a Coinbase listing and a big name partnership with a big significant musician that's currently relevant could be huge. But I think highly improbable right now. Highly improbable. But if their biggest job right now, more than anything, has got to be get users. The only way they get users is by getting like either a solid advertising campaign where people start getting interested. We have a narrative shift in terms of excitement back into virtual reality, or they land a big name artist. They're the three avenues. They've got to pick one and go balls to the wall to try and do that. And if they do that, and they can't really push on narrative, so it has to be fair, push on advertising or nail down some significant deals with the artists. Go balls to the wall on one of those two. This can start having some success once again, maybe get to the heights of 50 or 60 cents. If none of those things happen, I would probably be honest looking at this to be like 10, 15 cents. I think it's going to struggle if they don't go balls to the wall on one of those two things. But let me know what you guys think, because actually, look, again, I'm not the target audience here for this platform, and I've got to acknowledge that. Like, I don't listen to current music. I'm also not the kind of person that's going to be particularly interested in interviews. Are you? If you're the target audience, explain what you think is good about it or what you think is crappy about it, but share in the comments, because again, target audience is what's important here. And guys, look, we're in a bull cycle right now. If you're not happy with the cryptos you own or confident in the cryptos you own, do something about it today, because this market is starting to rip. And if you are not confident in the coins you own, it's probably because they're not going to make you any money. So getting something done has to be a priority for everyone. Get onto copymycrypto.com. That's the site I run where I share with my members the coins that I own. Whenever I'm ready to buy or sell any coin, I tell my members the coin that I'm going to buy or sell, the price I'm going to do it at. So my members get in and out of coins, same price as me. They copy along. They make the same profit, but they don't have any work to do. On the site, you can see what my members have earned. You can read their testimonials. You can watch the videos and see the successes we've had. It's all public record, so you can verify it all online. And if you like what you see, guys, try out the service, because you've got nothing to lose and everything to gain before these markets start ripping. And that is it from me. I'll see you in the next vid. Bye-bye.